everyone, welcome to my vlog, Sunday Night Blues. This morning I woke up and I thought to myself, we are all suffering from the death of everyday life as we once knew it. And then I thought, wow, the things I take for granted are so eye-opening to me right now. Toilet paper, Clorox wipes, going out for dinner, meeting with friends and family, hugging, walking my dog on the lakefront, even going to the grocery store and enjoying it. I know you're probably feeling this too. And the fact is, we can't control when or where we're going. And this is amazing. It's like we're all being forced through some sort of enormous change and suffering, whether we like it or not. I've found in my life, it has only been in times of suffering that I have changed. From the loss of all of my hair during cancer treatment, to the loss of my business, and most recently, the loss of my mom. These losses have certainly opened my eyes and have sent me in some new directions. One of my favorite authors, Richard Rohr, talks about suffering in his book, Naked Now. Rohr says, suffering, of course, can lead you in either two directions. It can make you bitter and closed down, or it can make you wise and compassionate and utterly open. Either because your heart was softened, or perhaps because suffering makes you feel like you have nothing more to lose. Losing my mother just a month and a half ago has been really life-changing for me. My mom was 94 and she lived a great life. She was pretty healthy and she died basically of old age, kind of like a perfect death. She really wasn't sick too long and her body just started shutting down. My siblings and I grew into a new group of people. We are closer now than we were ever before because of her death. And as I think about suffering right now, it makes me think of how much my mom knew suffering. From illness, during a similar time to now, when people were worried about getting tuberculosis. My mom, right after having her second child, was diagnosed with tuberculosis and was in isolation for an entire year and in a sanitarium. And she suffered the heartache of losing a child. And she and my dad always worked many jobs to support their family, and their life just wasn't easy. My mom's response to her suffering was really great, always positive, and a faith that she would get through it better than ever. The most important thing my mom ever taught me was how to deal with suffering. She made it really clear to me, and she often stated, life isn't easy. In this life, you will have troubles, she would quote. And the only way to deal with it would be through faith and prayer and living in the present. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, she would say. This was just how I was raised. This was ingrained in me at a very young age. Ask God to help you, she would suggest. This is a woman whose outlook on death and life was absolutely rooted in complete faith and determination. My mom's ultimate goal in life was to get to heaven. It was how she grew up. At family funerals, my aunts and uncles would clearly be jealous of the person who died. They would be going on and on, very boisterous about it. It was really strange and then also super uplifting. In her last hours, she was still teaching us. She would say to us as we would be crying, it's a happy feeling, don't cry. She could not be more excited to see her son Charlie, who passed away as a little baby, and then to see our dad. Even with her own sister, her last living sibling, our Aunt Barbara was so excited for my mom to go to heaven to see Mama and Daddy. See you in heaven, Rose. I'm going to miss you, she said to my mom in her last hours. See you in heaven, Barb. I'm going to miss you too, my mom said back to her sister. And it was as if like my mom was going on a trip to California and would be back in 2 weeks. These two were so nonchalant. As we were trying to hang up the phone, my mom could hear my Aunt Barbara like bawling over the phone. And my mom just said, like any sister would, ugh, she'll be fine. Hang up the phone. I'm sharing this story because my mom's reminder of in this life you will have troubles is really real right now. And we are all in anticipation of what is coming next. Remember, these things here on earth are temporary. Remember to do your best at living in the present moment because that's the only one we're guaranteed. We are all becoming more grateful for the little things like toilet paper and Clorox wipes, going out for dinner, or even being able to hug a friend when you see them. I learned another great bit of advice from one of my other favorite authors, Eckhart Tolle. In his book, A New Earth, a great way to practice getting in control of your mind and living in the present, Tolle suggests noticing detail in nature without giving it any name. So when you're out on that walk this week, look at every cloud or flower in detail with no thoughts attached. And remember that through this time of suffering, we are all getting stronger. Before writing each vlog, I ask for supernatural guidance from God. And today I wrote in my journal, please give me a sign that this should be my message. And just as I was going over what I had written to decide if I would make this into a vlog, I got a text from my sister saying that there was a mass intention set up for my mom, honoring my mom at my sister's church. And my sister texted, "Mom would love that." And I immediately teared up because I had gotten my sign to go ahead and post this one. So that's it for today. I'm going to leave you with one thing to think about. Think of a time in the past when you went through some sort of suffering. Did it make you bitter and closed down? Or did it make you wise, compassionate, and open? And how did you grow from that time of trouble? It's just a little something to think about. So that's it for today. Live fearless, never stop starting, and I'll see you on Wednesday for Worry Free Wednesday. Bye.